Hello and welcome to this session on GSTR two-way matching. By now, most of you have already filed GSTR 3B and GSTR 1 also. And now the time has come when we have to file GSTR 2 for the month of July. And for that, a prerequisite is matching of data of GSTR 2A. And how the GSTR 2 will be obtained? It will be obtained from the GSTR 1, which has been filed by various suppliers who have supplied goods and services to me. From the GSTR 1 that they have filed will be made my GSTR 2A, and this GSTR 2A data will have to be matched with my own data, and once that has been done, then on that basis I'll have to file my GSTR 2. Seems very simple. And many people are saying GSTR 1, in fact, it was a little difficult, but GSTR 2, it should not be problem because most of the entries will be coming from the other party, and I have just to accept that. That seems really simple, and but when you actually do the work, then you will understand what issues will be there, what problems will be there, and let us try and understand all those issues and try to minimize them so that the work which is to be done in a time-bound manner can be done properly. So there are various options. One of the options is working through the department's utility, and for that we'll get the data from the department's website. Let's see how that can be done. So we will log on to the department's website and we will go to the return dashboard. This is the same place through which we have already filed our GSTR 1 and 3B, etc. So we'll go to the return dashboard, and here we will select the relevant month, and after that the various returns will be available there, like GSTR 1, as you can see, already been filed. GSTR 2 cannot be made because first we have to work on GSTR 2A, and 3B is also there. You can see now we can view the details of GSTR 2A which are available on the basis of GSTR 1 filed by our suppliers. So we will see this, take some time sometimes depending on the site. So here the various sections are there: B2b invoices, credit debit notes, amendments to B2b invoices, amendments to credit debit notes, then ISD credit, TDS credit, TCS credit, etc., which will be functional later on. So first of all, let us go to B2b invoices. Here the invoices will be available of the B2B cases. Let's see how these invoices will be available. Yes, these invoices are available party wise and rather GSTN wise. And are they available on one page? No, just 5 GSTN are available on one page. So we have to go to different pages to check these. And then if I click on one of the GSTN, then the invoices related to that GSTN come. In this case, only one is there. And when I click on it, then the date of that invoice comes. Then I go back and see for others also. Again, it depends on the traffic at the site and the internet connection, so sometimes it is slow. And see here the data is GSTN wise, it is not party wise, so I am unable to know to which party it belongs unless and until I have a GSTN and party wise list handy with me. So that is a problem. But in any case, so you have to go to each and every GSTN, then go to each and every invoice, then go to one page. In one page there are 5 GSTN. You have to go to the next page. So this is the process, not very easy, because for each of these invoices you have to match the data with the accounts data that you have. So let us see what else is there. Now the other option which is available here, one was view, where we have already seen. Other is download option. We can also download this invoices data. Let us see. We can generate this file, and the file is generated. You get the message and you can download the file. After 15-20 minutes the file is available for download. I've already downloaded it, so I'll use that file. I'm downloading this file which I had already requested earlier. Now this file is being downloaded. So this is the file which has been downloaded. Now we will go to the department's offline utility. Yes, the department has given an offline utility Let us see how the work is to be done in that. Here you use this department's offline utility and here you can go to this open downloaded return file from GSTN portal, click on open and select the file which you have downloaded from GST portal just now. Let us select the file and then the type of file, the GSTN, the financial year, the tax period, all these are available there. You can proceed. And now you get a summary of the various invoices. As in this case, we can see B2b invoices 296 are there, debit credit notes 1 is only there. And if we want to go to the details, then we can click on the relevant section and see what details are there. And we can proceed like this, like credit debit notes or B2b invoices. Let us first see the credit debit notes. Here we can see just one credit debit note is there, so not an issue. Then let us go to the B2b invoices section. It has 296 invoices, a large number of invoices. And now when it gets the data, it is available like this. And as you can see, whether all the invoices will be available on one page, let us see. Yes, whether they are available. No. Around 23-24 invoices are available on one page, and then you have to go to the next page, then you have to go to the third page, and so on and so forth. So not very easy again. You have to see one by one on each page. You have to see the invoices, and since the data is huge, particularly when the data is huge, then the data should be in some proper format. It should be in some order, alphabetical order, or in chronologically, date wise, etc. It should be there. So let us see whether it is GSTN wise. Let us see. First 06 is there, then 07 is there. Let us see down. Then again 06, which is for Haryana, it is there. So it then again Delhi is there. So it is not GSTN wise. Whether it is invoice number wise, let us see. 562 is there. Then RJP invoices are there numbering. And then again 121 is there, so it is also not invoice wise. So it should be, I think, invoice date wise. 18 July, 26 July, then let's see at the bottom again 1st July, 3rd July. So it is not even invoice date wise. Whether it is invoice value wise, 6,73,000, 27,000, 6,517. So it is not even value wise. Place of supply wise also it is not there. So that's the conclusion, that this data that we have got from the department's website in this offline utility is not in any order. So it is very difficult. It is not party wise, it is not state wise, it is not invoice wise, it is not date wise. So it will be very difficult for you to match this data with your accounts. So obviously that is a problem. So what should we do? Is there any other alternative which is available? Let us see. Because it's difficult to work in this manner. If you have 4-5 invoices, 4-5 parties, then that is fine. You can do the work. But if the data is huge, it is very difficult for you. So you have to see how things have to be done. And the alternative thing is using the GST software of Webtel. So we can use Webtel's GST software, and here you can go to computation from the main screen, move to computation. Some errors are there, we'll resolve them later on. And here we can go to the get GSTR two-way from GSTN button, and we will get the data from GSTN. Whether we get the data or not, let us see. Yes, it is getting the data. No, it has not got the data because authentication OTP is required. It is for the simple reason that anybody should not be able to access anybody's data. So the OTP will come on the registered mobile number which is there in the profile of the authorized signatory or the authorized person. So this OTP is to be feeded. This is valid for 10 minutes, and once you feed in this OTP, then for 24 hours you can use the various services at GSTN. But if within 10 minutes it's not used, then it will lapse and you will have to apply for the OTP again. So let us see again. I will log into another company where already OTP has been punched in, so that the data will be available for download right away, because in that case I did not have the OTP. So the computation is coming. See here on a single page you can see the computation, you can see the outward supplies, you can see the inward supplies, you can see the tax payable. So very comfortable here. From here we can file the various returns, GSTR 1, 2, 2A, etc. 3 also. And from here also at the right hand side you can see this button of get GSTR 2A from GSTN. From here we will click this button and get the data from GSTN. And see this colorful screen that appears before you. The data has been obtained from GSTN. And as you can see, the screen is divided into two parts. One is on the left hand side you can see data as per accounts, and on the right hand side you can see the data as per GSTN. So automatically the data has been compared, and you can also see the date when this data has been downloaded, because you can download the data again also, but the last downloaded date is available. And the data has been automatically compared for you, and whether it has been matched or not, that is also shown to you. The different colors signify whether the data is matched or it is not matched, or it is partially matched, etc. And see here, the data is in a proper order. As you can see, like the parties, if you can see, the first party is Able Software, then Ecom Trading is coming, then Elephants Media is coming. So the data is in a particular order, which makes us do the matching in a very comfortable way. We can see the data from here, we can check from accounts, and since the data has been automatically matched, it is convenient for us. See this way, the same party, the data is coming on the left hand side also and the right hand side also. So it is very comfortable for us. Otherwise you have to do this matching manually, as I showed you earlier. And as I told you, it is coming in alphabetical order like this, which we generally find very convenient. So that is there, and even there again the data is coming date wise also. As you can see, the various bills, they are coming party wise, alphabetical order, and then date wise also. Again very comfortable. What other facilities are there? Let us see. Just have a look on the screen, and then we can proceed with this. And the matching is there. If the matching is complete, then you can see the data is completely matching. What are the parameters for matching? Invoice number, date, value, tax amount, and the GSTN number. If both of these are matching at both the in the GSTN data also, in the accounts data also, then it is totally matched. It is, and in such cases it is automatically accepted. You don't need to take any action. Now let us see only the matched data. When the green one you click, then you get the matched data. In these cases everything is matching. Again I'll repeat: invoice number, date, value, and the tax amount, that is matching. And if you click on a particular place, then you can see the color turning to blue, which signifies that you are working on this record. So that again helps you know on which record you were working. If you leave the work for some moment and then you come back, then you can click on you can know where you were working, where you left earlier. So this was the matched records. Don't have to do, and most of the records will be matched if the data is correct. So no issues with that. And as you can see, everything is alphabetical order, so no issues. And here you can automatically, in the later versions you will see this is automatically accepted. Now we will see the mismatch data, which is given in red color. In this case you can see is everything matching? The invoice number is matching, the date is matching, the value GST number is also matching, and the value is not matching. Here also we have given you facility in the settings master that you can round off the data. It can be exact, it can be to the nearest rupee, it could be to the nearest 10 rupees. This is basically for matching of your data with the GSTN data. This has nothing to do with GSTN. It is only for matching purposes. Doesn't make any difference to GSTN. It only helps you in the matching of data. So presently we have selected the option of exact, so we will go with that only. and since we have selected the exact option, that is why there is some difference. The amount, as you can see, is 8087.76, and in the GST data it is 8097.72. so some difference is there, and that is why this has come in mismatch. So I can check the data. If I've made the mistake, I can correct it. Otherwise, I can modify the data and then ask the supplier to accept this corrected data when he gets this data in 1A, and so that once he accepts that, then the 1 will be automatically updated of the supplier. So this is how the things can be done, and here I can accept the data thereafter. Then let us see what other records are there. This is the yellow colored one, the mustard colored one, you can see is exist in accounts but does not exist in GST. Now there could be cases where the supplier has filed the return, but either he might have not filed the return, or if it has filed the return, he has missed this invoice, or if he has put in this invoice, the GST number may be incorrect. In all these cases, the data will be there as per accounts, but it will not be there in as per GST. So I will have to add these invoices here, and later on when in the 1A the supplier will accept these invoices, then the 1 will be updated and automatically my 2 will also be updated in this case. So I will have to use the option add missing invoice so that this can be accepted by the supplier. So this was the case where the data as per GST is blank, but there is data as per accounts. Then the next one is exist in GST but does not exist in accounts. There could also be cases where the data is there in GST but the data is not there in accounts because of various reasons, because the bill may not have been passed, the bill may not have been received, the material has not been received, and that is why I have not entered it in accounts. And in some cases you can see, as in the case of the first party impression arts, the name is appearing, but in the other cases even the party name is not appearing, party name not defined, because in this case there is no record related to this party till now in my accounts. That is why even this is not coming. In future we will try to give you the party names in even these cases. So here what do we have to do? So wherever the bills were not there, the bills are there in the passing stage, we have to punch in the data in accounts and also add this data here so that the two can match. The data as per GST and the data as per accounts can match. And in some cases I will have to also keep it pending. In the options, keep pending is also there because probably the data, the material has not been received and I cannot match this data. I cannot take the ITC of this data, this material. So I have to keep it pending also. The various options are there. Modify is there. We can modify the data if there's some issues. We can keep it pending and also add missing invoices. So various options are there. So that is how we can use this. So this was another option, this light color that you saw, and we have to make changes accordingly. Thereafter, once we are through with this, then what else we have to do? Let us see. We have to add missing invoices option we can use in this case. So various options are there. We have to use these options, whichever is relevant. In the red one or in the green one, you don't have to do it, is already accepted. In the red one, it is mismatch. So I might have to delete because this does not belong to me, or I have to reject even. So different options are there, which I have to use in these cases. And then what next I have to see? Then there is another option, match with round of auto intelligence. What is this? Let us see. In these cases, as you can see, these are also green, but there are green with the status at the right hand side. You can see with round off, with auto intelligence, all these options are there. So rounding off, as now this case you can see there is some difference between the invoice numbering. At the left hand side, if you can see, there are some spaces in the invoice number, and on the right hand side you can see there are no spaces. Then in the first case you can see there's some difference in the number amount, some rounding off difference is there. Similarly, in the third case, you can see here in the left hand side there is in the decimals, the data is in the decimals, but on the right hand side you can see the data in the third case is full amount is there, in rupees it is there. But we can, through the artificial intelligence built in the software, we can, because all the other parameters are matching, so we can say with quite surety that these are similar invoices, they are the same invoices. Because of some difference they are being shown in a little mismatch thing, so we can accept these also. Then there is an option of keep pending. If some invoices, probably the material has been not been received, then we can keep these pending. Then another case can be there where we can see, like this Rajesh Soni party case, we can see the invoices there in the left hand side also and the right hand side also, but it is showing them as different invoices. But if we see, more or less the data is matching, the date is matching, the amount is matching, the tax amount is matching. But if we see the invoice number, on the right hand side it is only 0019, and on the left hand side it is GST/0019. So by our own intelligence we can see these are the same invoices, but because some extra letters or words are there, so the system is not showing that these are the same invoices. So what we have to do, we have to select this on the left hand side and we have to go on to the right hand side, and what should we do? We have to right click the data which we want to match, and see the automatically the two will match again, right? Again, very comfortable. And if by chance you've made a mistake, you want to undo this facility, then what will we have to do? Yes, let us see. We will go on the right hand side again, right click it like this and unmap it. Again, that will be unmapped or unmatched. Again, if you want to match it, you can again right click and these two will be matched. So this is how, in a very comfortable way, you can see the GSTR 2A data can be matched. And it is not easy. If you go by the traditional way, you will see that it is not easy. It is in fact quite difficult. Because when you saw in the department's utility or even on the website, it is not easy. You have to go to different pages, you have to go to different GSTN, you have to match it manually, and where the number of invoices is sufficiently large. If it is in hundreds and thousands, forget about lakhs. If it is even in hundreds and thousands, it will be very difficult. And this work has to be done in a time bound manner. Once things streamline, then you will only get 5 days to match this data and also file your GSTR 2. And this time is not sufficient even for a medium sized company. What to say of the professionals who will have to do this work for many of their clients. We are aware that people have even 50 parties, 100 parties, and even more than 100 parties. And initially they were very eager to get this work, and they thought their professional will boom like anything. But when you actually go to the doing the work, then you know what practical problems will be there, how many things will be you will be talking to the client, then things will be coming back from him, then you'll again conveying something else to him. So it will not be easy, let me tell you, if we go by the traditional way. So you can use this facility and you can save the data as I've just now shown you, and also you can download the data to again if some new entries are there, you come to know that more of your clients, more of your suppliers have filed the returns, then you can download this data again. So by using this facility of Webtel GST software, the data comparison will mostly be automatic and you will find it very convenient. So that was all I wanted to share with you. Thank you very much.